European Union Ambassador Frans Jessen warns that if the government continues to reject aid from the Union, it could lose the funding to other countries. The warning comes a day after the government rejected 380 million pesos worth of aid from the Union. Jessen says the money would have helped local businesses compete in the world market. Our Claire Yao sat down with the EU ambassador. He said talks and another aid package for the country are scheduled, but it could be the last.
We have already received the unsigned documents, and the Department of Finance knew very well that these documents, in order to take effect, would have to have been signed in 2017, and they have not been signed. So that amount has been lost for the Philippines. What we have coming up right now is that we had a call for a proposal on energy, sustainable energy, mainly again related to Mindanao. And again, sadly, we will have to tell the three contractors or potential contractors that they will not be able to sign because the Department of Finance have not agreed to extend the validity or the duration of the current financing agreement, which means that the projects cannot be implemented.
Even then, though, negotiations were ongoing between both sides to try and come to an agreement between how we could change or maybe adjust the wordings. Do you know if those negotiations will continue after what has happened with the TRTA and the energy aid?
Our assistance is not for the government per se, but it is actually for the people of the Philippines. But of course, we only support the people of the Philippines with the endorsement of the government. And if the government says that they're not interested in receiving these sums for whatever reason, we will of course respect that decision.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned last attempt at
yes.
getting the Secretary to agree. So after that, whatever you decide in that meeting, you believe will be the final policy?
I mean, you can imagine we cannot have hundreds of millions standing on a piece of paper or waiting on a piece of paper that says maybe we'll spend or maybe we'll not spend this amount. There's a point where we have to decide, are we able to spend this in the Philippines or not?
That will lead you up to the run-up in the EU, where I think in May they will be reviewing a lot of the allocations for development aid for all around the world.
Exactly. And you can easily imagine that with the donor as the European Union, you will have many countries who would try to increase the allocation to their country. And then if we have one partner, say the Philippines, that is not interested, then many other countries they will step up and say, what about us?
As things stand, do you believe the meeting in March could still maybe reverse some of the decisions made early this year?
I hope very much that at the end of the day, the government and the president will see that we don't have any, we do not interfere in the independence of the Philippine foreign policy. And we have never done that. And we will certainly not do that through our development assistance.